Hello, welcome to Shep Rambles, where I am Shep and I tend to ramble about what? Anything and everything. Big X-Plane news. Version 11.50 is now officially released. It is no longer in beta. Let's go. So this is the one with the Vulkan and the Metal. Metal's on Mac. M for Mac, M for Metal. Vulkan, live long and prosper on the PC. You know. All right, so let's go ahead and kind of go over this. So X-Plane 11.50 is a major update that completely rewrites the rendering engine to use modern rendering APIs, which is Vulkan on Windows, Linux, and Metal on Mac. It is now out of beta testing, and it's available to all X-Plane users. So this version includes new options in the graphics settings to enable Vulkan or Metal, which require a restart of the sim to go into effect. And then it says, please note that the first load time with Metal and Vulkan will be surprisingly slow. This is lots of shaders, pipelines, compiling for the first time. Subsequent runs will be faster. So before that, 11.50 X-Plane and used OpenGL exclusively. Kind of goes into that. But anyways, Vulkan and Metal work in a similar manner as OpenGL to provide images on the screen. But unlike OpenGL, though, they were designed with modern hardware in mind. Vulkan and Metal simply reduce the amount of overhead necessary to talk to the graphics card. So let's go ahead and let's just take a look at this video here. This is cool. That was a little jittery.
Please turn off all of it.
And follow the American 33.
Just passing over the northern shore.
Arriving soon, but it's already here.
Down here in about 15, 20 minutes or not.
Okay. That looks pretty awesome. Now, the new Microsoft Flight Simulator, hey, it's good. It is good. I like it. I still like X-Plane 11. I think I X-Plane for me is going to keep going. It was going before all these years. It didn't go anywhere. I think X-Plane is going to keep going. It's going to keep developing. I think it still looks amazing. One of the things that I want to bring to your attention is issues with known add-ons. And these need updates from the developer to work with Vulkan Metal. So you got aircraft using the Dream Engine sound, Bandicam, it prevents the sim from launching, better pushback, good way, ground traffic, flight factor, A320, 767, and the 777, the JAR A320, A330, the JCS Talon T38, the Librain SimVim, the Tolis A319 and A321. That's going to be a big thing for people, I think, because I've heard people flying the Tolis Airbus. xAviation Torque Pocket Rocket, xEnviro. That's what I have. I have xEnviro. xJet, xLife, XP Realistic Pro. That one I have. X Squawk Box and X Swift. Now, from what I and here's another thing too. They have new and updated global airports. So the total airports 2D or 3D scenery in this release is over 36,000. Over 13,000 is 3D. Airports with 3D scenery introduced since the 11.40 release, so 1,742. That's how many more 3D sceneries they've added since 11.40. And it was they're saying there's a list here of 498 airports that did not exist at all in 11.40. And so they've got a really long list here of all those airports. So if there's an airport that you've been wanting to fly to and it's been missing, take a look at this list. And yeah, you may be surprised. Maybe it's in there. I've heard some recent stuff that there's quite a few airports that's missing in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It sounds like they really need to update the database, considering it was based off of FSX, at least from what I understand. And well, at least Laminar Research is on top of things, and they're getting the airports added in that are missing. So at least they're on top of things, in my opinion. Now, I had read, right here, not all add-ons are compatible with Vulkan and Metal. In particular, when Vulkan and Metal are enabled, 3D drawing callbacks and map drawing callbacks are not sent to the plugins. If an add-on appears to not work correctly, you can disable Vulkan and Metal and restart X-Plane. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go to my X-Plane installation. I actually have two. I have one with 11.41, which I'm keeping, just to make sure that the things that I have, I'll still be able to use. But I also have a beta version of 11.50. So we're going to go ahead and update that one with the official release. And then we're going to go ahead. We're not going to test out the Vulkan and the Metal, because there's going to be plenty of channels that are going to do that. However, what I do want to test is I want to test turning it off and seeing if the xEnviro works. I'll know for sure if the shaders and everything do what they're supposed to do, and if the clouds show up. That was my big thing. So I want to see if this actually works. If it does, I don't think I'm going to need 11.41 anymore, which is good, because then I can turn Vulkan and Metal on for some things and turn it off for other things. But let's go ahead and let's take a look at that. Okay, so here we are. We're in my flight simulators folder, and you can see that I have a bunch of X-planes here. So I have two here. I've got one that I call old, which is 11.41 or 42. It's one of those. This X-plane 11 right here, this is the latest one, with the one that was beta. And so what I need to go here is go to the X-plane 11 installer. I believe I copied this in here into this folder, so that way it was easy for me to find. And I think you can probably download that installer also. But yeah, just look for your X-plane 11 installer, and you're going to go ahead and click on this. And you're going to get information here about running it, adding or removing scenery. So yeah, if you need to add or remove scenery, this is where you do it. Or update X-plane, or install a second copy of X-plane, which I have. So update X-plane here. This is also where you check for new betas too. You go ahead and click on this. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and click continue. It sees two of mine. Well, I don't want the old one, so let's go ahead and click this one right here. That's my beta one. It's going to go ahead and check the servers. And it's scanning. It's got 100,000 files to scan, so let's go ahead and we'll just fast forward to that. Alrighty, it's done scanning existing files. It's going to check to see how much free disk space I have. Looks like it only needs 173 megabytes to update. So we go ahead and click continue. And it's going to go ahead and install here. Okay, looks like it is now finished. We're going to go ahead and fly X-plane now. And just to be sure, it did update within the folder that I wanted to. Good, because if it had touched my 11.41, I would not have been happy. So we're going to go ahead and load it up. Okay, we are loaded in here. My xEnviro is just popping up. It's not going to close because it's not compatible. Normally it disappears on its own. So I'm going to have to go to show plugin and come down here and uncheck that. Now we'll just go ahead and go to the settings. Right here on the graphics, there is a check mark here for use Vulkan driver for faster rendering. So you'll go ahead and select this. Here are the settings that I have. You may have to tone these down. I have an i7 3 gig, or it might be a 3.5 gig, with a RTX 2070 Super. And I'm going to go ahead and load up ActiveSky as well. This right here is traffic global, so you can see all the planes that are taking off here as far as AI traffic. We're going to go ahead and get moving here. Sorry, that tends to be a little loud here. So not too bad. There's a little bit of stutter, at least from what I'm seeing. There might be a little bit more because of the recording. But let's get a little bit closer over here. A little bit of jitteriness there, but not too bad. I mean, if you consider how much is here in Chicago, and this is performing pretty well. I have a
Autopilot.
I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. I have a 4th generation i7. So if you have a more up-to-date processor, this is going to probably run a lot smoother. Yeah, but take a look at that. And my head, do you notice how the head shake thing is working? Yeah, that is that's my XP Realistic, so it appears to be working. I'll tell you what, this mix, well, I know there's not MIGs there, but this is a lot cleaner looking than what is in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. So yeah, we'll just kind of, I mean, and look how much traffic I've got out there. And now it's getting a little jittery here. But overall, not bad at all. And considering my settings, I can adjust them a little bit, and I should get a much cleaner frame rate. We'll just do a pass here. I gotta say, I love the work that was done on Chicago X. I mean, this looks fantastic. Okay, well, we took a look at it with 11.50. Let's go ahead and turn off the Vulkan settings and see if the xEnviro actually works. Okay, we're back here in here with X-Plane 11.50. And if we go in here, you'll see that I have Use Vulkan Driver unchecked. So we're going to go ahead and I will take off from Chicago O'Hare again. And we'll use the same aircraft that I used before. Okay, we're back in. And xEnviro looks like it's updating here. 60%. Wasn't doing this before. Boom. And it worked. Wow. Yeah, look at that. Now, do you see... you can see how the shaders and everything with xEnviro have taken effect. Because now the sky's a lot bluer. So yeah, that looks like that worked out beautifully. No clouds. Hopefully we'll get some clouds here. Okay, so I just got a warning here that my rendering options are too high and that I can't run in real time. So this is with Vulkan off. Definitely a little bit more jittery. Watch the Air Canada there.
Altitude. Altitude.
I don't know what that sound is. Not as smooth when I turn here. Yeah, so the Vulkan's definitely making a difference. That was rough. That was definitely rough.
Autopilot.
Okay, we'll go ahead and manually fly. Doing a little daredevil flying here. I mean, overall, it's still okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn off traffic global here. So I got my AI traffic off. Okay, so that's definitely smoother. And we'll just come around for another pass here. Look, train! Microsoft Flight Simulator doesn't have that. Still a little rough around the edges, even with the traffic turned off. Whoa! I was gonna try to do something, you know, like tilt it on its side. That didn't quite work out. Okay, so something else that I wanted to bring up is World Traffic 3. It will not work with Vulkan, so you will need to uncheck that if you want to use World Traffic 3. According to their site, a new version is going to be out shortly that supports Vulkan. I've got this turned off. Let's just go ahead and test this. We're going to go ahead to World Traffic, click Flight Setup. We're here at Chord. I'm going to go ahead and just type in Midway because that's not too far. Let's go ahead and just max that out there. Traffic density, why not? We'll just make that up there. Okay. We're going to go ahead and just move this stuff over here to the side. And I'm going to click Create Flights. And it's doing all that right here. Okay, everything is up here. And here's the World Traffic Radar. It certainly does look like stuff was generated. Don't have any airlines here though. That's because of, I mean, there was a new traffic aircraft thing that I had downloaded. I still have my old one, but I don't know. Let's take a look at this and see. I haven't quite figured out why there is two aircraft in one. Well, it definitely works. It definitely works. So great. So if you have World Traffic 3, just turn off Vulkan and everything will work. Okay, so that about wraps it up for this video. I hope you found this useful. If so, hey, click that like button. And if you're new here, click the subscribe button and ring that notification bell so that way you are notified of future rambling content. I do a variety of stuff throughout the week on different types of topics, and share the video too. It's important. It helps me out, helps out the series and the channel. I also have social media links down below, and they're also in the description section of the video, as well as the links to the articles that I use. So that way you can go to the article directly and read it if you'd like to. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you on another rambling video very soon. Have a killer awesome day.